Hello and welcome to another episode of the Portrait Profit Show. I've got a question for you before I jump into this. What does a full bladder and Krispy Kreme have in common? Well, it is more than you'd think, and the answer might just change your business forever. A pit stop at Krispy Kreme turned into more than just a bathroom break. Today, we're going to discover how a simple stop unlocked an epiphany about client experiences and efficient workflows. It's a story that starts with a need for a restroom, but it ends with a blueprint for success. Hey, Lens Legends. Welcome to another episode of the Portrait Profit Show, where we focus on the business side of photography. I'm your host, Jim Landers, your guide on the business side. And it is my mission to uplift portrait photographers to make a great income doing what they love. Each week on the Portrait Profit Show, you get tips and systems on the business side of photography designed to help you gain a mastery over marketing and sales, reducing the struggles that most photographers face so that you can finally get what you deserve. You know, the show is for photographers who feel they've got something to learn on the business side. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Portrait Profit Show. The Portrait Profit Show is brought to you by Digital Pro Lab and Landers Photography School. For Digital Pro Lab, and let me put that up here in a different way. For Digital Pro Lab, Amanda and her amazing team are going to make you look like a hero. They are fantastic in the work that they do. They are fantastic in caring about you, and it's just them. It's not an extra. It's not something that's required. It's just how they do business. It's who Amanda hires. She hires career people, people who are interested and appreciate photographers. And so just by default, photographers are uplifted. And that's why you are going to look like a hero to your clients. If you haven't already, go to digitalprolab.com. That's digitalprolab.com. You're going to be glad you did. And it's also sponsored by Landers Photography School, my company. And I teach the business side of photography, but also the photography side. I've been teaching since 1997, about 6 years after I got my degree in photography. And I've been a full-time photographer for 30 years. And I'm hoping you're saying, oh, Jim, you look way too young to be in photography for that long. Well, truth is, I've been in photography for 40 years. I was just part-time before that. So been in photography for a long time, love this stuff, and have really come to love the business side. I can help you make a living, a great living in photography. All you have to do is ask. I want to encourage you today. Oh, I might as well put my information up too. In fact, that's how to get a free business assessment. So use that URL, calendly.com/photo school /30 minutes to get onto my calendar, and it's free. Doesn't cost you anything. I'll mention that one more time, but it'd be a good idea if you just did a screenshot right now because I'm moving on. So I want to encourage you today to make comments and ask questions throughout the lesson. This is something I ask every single time, but I know a lot of you just want to listen, and that's great too. I want you to go to the comments though right now and enter in hashtag live. I'm looking at the comments. I can see several of you have already done that, so I appreciate that. But if you haven't already, go to the comments section, enter in hashtag live. That tells me that you're watching us live right now on either Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn or YouTube. We're simulcast to 8 different places. For those watching the replay though, please enter hashtag replay. Comment hashtag replay. I also request that you share the Portrait Profit Show. Let other people know that this is a thing, that this exists, that this is valuable to you. And that's how we grow the show, is by you telling other people about it. We don't spend any money on advertising because we don't charge for this. This is free. So this is free to you. It's not necessarily free to Amanda and I, but, and it's not, but, but it is free to you, and so that's why we don't have a bunch of extra stuff to be able to help share the show. We rely on you to do that. That's how you pay to watch the show is by clicking the share button. Let other people know that this thing is real, that this thing exists, and that is beneficial to photographers. Ah, today we have an interesting title called The Donut Epiphany. Ah, yeah, an epiphany just kind of comes to you. Wasn't part of the plan. It was late December, not quite Christmas, as I drove from a job. I had about 45 minutes left on the road, and my bladder was about to stage a rebellion. I had to stop. You've been there. I'd never been to a Krispy Kreme, but there it was, glowing of relief. I slipped in through the side entrance and though and through an aroma wall, and oh, wow. But I was laser focused on finding the restroom. I caught a glimpse of donuts in an assembly line, perfectly golden, but I had other priorities at that moment. After taking care of business and washing up, I walked towards the mesmerizing donut operation. This time, I headed to the front. There was a woman restocking milk in the open fridge, and she called out to the staff behind the counter asking for someone to help me. A guy immediately responded, and while I expected him to head my direction, he surprised me because he headed away from me, only to return seconds later with a free donut for me to try. And let me tell you, oh, buddy, that was good. I ordered their simple 2 glazed donuts and a coffee deal. That same employee quickly fetched the donuts, while another rang me up and poured my coffee. The service was quick, seamless, and very friendly. I couldn't help but notice how much these employees seemed to enjoy not just doing their jobs, but also getting me exactly what I wanted. If you feel there's something that you can learn in this, something that I might be able to share with you today, do me a favor and just enter in the word yes in the comments because I've got some stuff to share with you that's going to help out your photography business. And some of it might surprise you. Put yes in the comments, letting me know that you want to hear it. Now, if you'd like today's handout, you can see up in the upper right corner is the QR code to get that. And of course, I send those manually, so that will happen after the show. But let me put that up here on the screen as well. Might have to do a screenshot of that right now so you can have that because I'm not going to leave that up for long. But that's how you get that. So as always, every single one of our episodes, today's episode's number 201, we have handouts available to you, and we do charge $10, but not much. And then I send it to your email as a PDF. So there's the link. Go to that right now and get today's handout. Let me see something real quick. I just realized that's not today's. Okay, don't write that down. That's last week's. Let me get today's real quick for you because I have it handy. There's today's. Sorry about that. But well, if you want last week's, then great. That's last week's was the photographer's task list for January 1st. Very valuable tool. But this is the link for today's. So do a screenshot of that and go get that handout. I want to talk about Krispy Kreme's uh, website. Their website is krispykreme.com, which is probably no surprise at all to you. But I found a lot of interesting things. I in preparing for this presentation, I visited the Krispy Kreme website to get a taste of who they are and how they want to be perceived, which, going to a website is a good way to do that. Going to their socials is a good way to do that. Lots of good ways to do that. But what I found is that it's not much different than what you as a photographer want to convey to your prospects and your clients. I'm gonna show you their, one of their pages. In fact, I need to make that bigger because 'cause you're not gonna be able to see it. Alright, I'm gonna make it bigger for a moment, but once I make it too big, you know what? I'm gonna reverse it to where's the biggest option? There we go. And I believe you can still hear me. Let me know if you can't. Sometimes when I do a full screen, it takes my audio away. And let's see. Is that doing it? Yeah, I think you can still hear me. Hoping. All right. Here is their about page because I wanted to learn more about who they were from their point of view. So notice their simple mission statement. You can see it. Oh, you can't see it because I'm covering it. All right. Let me move myself. All right. Temporarily, I'm moving myself over there. Their mission statement. It's completely and totally simple. One of the most simple mission statements I've ever seen. It says to make the most awesome donuts on the planet every single day. Simple, straight to the point. Our community, this is their giving back statement. Giving back to our communities through fundraising and philanthropic work is our core, is at our core. And then I'll move myself over to the other side. There we go. Our belief, and that says things are better enjoyed together, especially the sweet, fluffy clouds of deliciousness that we call donuts. Um, Here in the US, we often spell donuts Doughnuts. This is the correct spelling that they give, the dough, Dough. That actually is the correct spelling, but here in the US, a lot of donut shops don't spell it with the correct spelling. They spell it with Donuts. It's become the norm, and I believe you can actually see it with that spelling in the dictionary now because it has become so much of the norm. But the way that they spell it is correct. Now, each each of their statements is simple. It's to the point. It's relatable. Now, I also want to show you, and let's see. I want to bring up their motto: "Donuts create smiles." I mean, that's kind of what we do for portrait work. Not all of it, but it's a major part of it. Donuts create smiles. Photographers create smiles. It's not how we would present it, but we can see how it clearly is a good way for them to present it. Donuts create smiles. And their invitation to hire staff I thought was interesting. Here is that. It's join the Krispy Kreme family. It takes awesome people to make awesome donuts. Again, short, to the point, relatable. And if you hire other people to work with you, and even if you are thinking about it, maybe you add that to your web page, and you would add something like this. Now, this next part I'm going to read to you. This is from their website, and it is in their job application part of it. So let me read that to you. I don't have a let's see. I can tell you where I found it. That's where I have found this is my source. It says, "Our purpose of touching and enhancing lives through the joy that is Krispy Kreme guides how we operate every day and is reflected in the love we have for our people, our communities, and the planet." Hmm, isn't that nice? They had more on that page. Their core values. The first one is make it great. We are masters of our craft, believing that awesomeness is not an act, but a habit. We learn, we teach, we share to grow our peeps and create our path, making our own destiny. We take pride in our wins, yet we don't take ourselves too seriously. We embrace the magic that is Krispy Kreme. The second one on that page was make it count. We may be a global iconic brand, but we behave like a startup, adaptable and looking towards the future. We think and act like owners because our passion means we're personally invested in the success of our business. We care about holding true to our word and we own the outcomes. We love to recognize success stories and always deliver kudos for positive change. And then they had one that was called Making It with Heart. Our greatest strength is the unique perspective of every Krispy Kremer. That's why we respect all opinions and appreciate our differences. The care, passion, and heart that we bring to everything we do is what drives us to inspire customer wonder and love our communities locally and across the globe. That's what I found here at this URL. That's what they tell those who are considering getting a job there. Good job, Krispy Kreme. By the way, as we go through this today, make sure to click the like button when you hear something you like, or a love button. Or if it's funny, well, then click the funny, whatever is appropriate. And if you haven't done it already, we do me a favor real quickly. Go into the comments section and just enter in hashtag live. Again, that's if you haven't done it yet. The Magic 7. Now, this is my take on Krispy Kreme and the way they do business for the benefit of portrait photographers. You, as a portrait photographer, might not be rolling donuts off of a conveyor belt, but you are creating an experience that either makes your clients crave what you do or causes them to just drift away. Your assembly line is about consistency in your branding, purpose and efficiency in your process, and the wow factor every step of the way. It's not just amazing images. So here are the 7 magic steps on how we can learn from Krispy Kreme. So write these down. The first is streamline your process. From booking to final delivery, make every step efficient and predictable for your clients. They should experience a minimum of these 2 things. Know what to expect from you and your service every step of the way, and they should feel confident in your expertise. The second one, create a sense of touch. Just like the Krispy Kreme glazed donut. What's your thing? Is it your presentation, your packaging, your thank you notes? Something uniquely yours during your process. The signature elements of your photography business can effectively convey who you are and how you want them to understand you and your product. Now, how's this relevant to your business strategy? Well, the Krispy Kreme glazed donut is the hallmark of their brand. It's instantly recognizable. It's tied to their identity. Similarly, for a portrait photographer, having a signature touch creates a unique selling point that sets you apart in a crowded market. If this is resonating with you so far today, will you do me a favor and just tell me in the comments? It could be just as simple as yes. It could be this is great, or I'm looking forward to what's next. But interact with me in the comments. Let me know. Alignment with branding and customer experience is another. Building something that's uniquely yours, whether it's a unique gift, your packaging, your presentation, or the way you conduct client interactions, these help to reinforce your brand and creates a memorable experience for your clients. Make sure to include this when crafting a compelling description of yourself, of your business, or maybe even to your mission statement. So that was number two. Number three, and I'm going to spend the most amount of time with number three compared to all of them. And this is engage all of the senses. Excuse me. While your product is visual, consider adding a sense that you probably haven't included before today. Maybe not even thought about, considered before today. Consider adding the sense of smell to your process. This could be included in your printing, your printed marketing materials. It could be in your packaging. If you have a studio, it could be added to your studio. Have you heard of scent marketing? SCENT, scent marketing. It's a real thing. Some of you have heard of this. All of you have experienced it, and you might not have even known it. Scent marketing is an interesting strategy that adds an additional layer of how businesses connect with clients using a fragrance to the experience of working with you. This isn't new. I did some research and found out that even Cleopatra of Egypt was known to, excuse me, was known to perfume the sails of her royal barge so all would know she was coming. And more recently, theaters, when they added the smell of popcorn so that you would buy more popcorn. Now, don't think about the strong smelling candle or the person with a perfume or cologne that's so strong you can't wait to get away. No. Scent marketing is usually quite subtle. It's something that you may or may not even recognize at first. It's that subtle sometimes. It depends. It's up to you and what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to convey. Here's why it works. While people only remember about 5% of what they see, they can recall 35% of what they smell. This means a carefully chosen fragrance in your studio or on your packaging, and this is a consistent fragrance. It's not, you don't change it up, but a consistent, carefully chosen fragrance in your studio or on your packaging could help clients form a more deeper, a more emotional connection with your brand and of course, they're cherished family memories. If you're a family portrait photographer, if you're in, if whatever type of photography you do. So, how scent marketing could work for you in your photography business? With scent marketing, you can enhance an atmosphere that is warm and comforting, that maybe even evokes feelings of family or nostalgia. It can be used to enhance brand recognition. You develop a signature scent that clients will associate exclusively with your photography experience. There are scent companies who will make little spray bottles for just you. You create them based on the choices they have, but you create something that's exclusively uniquely yours. You could also use this to extend client engagement. Pleasant scents can make clients want to linger longer if that's your goal, potentially increasing sales and maybe satisfaction. Another is clients come to know this scent as normal. And because you are high quality, they associate this scent with high quality. High quality has a certain smell. Think leather, a new car smell, a high end hotel. Let me make sure I'm making this part clear. I said it before, but I feel the need to say it again. Subtle is the key word here. Your scent should enhance, not overwhelm. This is going to create a sense of or a multi sensory experience that adds to your photography service being truly unforgettable. Now let's talk about some practical implementation of this. For those that have a studio, maybe that seems obvious, or maybe you're thinking about someone with a studio, thinking it's more obvious. Well, when clients walk in, imagine a subtle, welcoming fragrance that immediately makes them feel comfortable and at home in your studio. Maybe that's a soft vanilla, a warm cedar scent. Up to you. Make it consistent. Choose one and stick with it. But for those who don't have studios, which most of you don't, you can spray your packaging with your signature scent. That way they smell the quality before they've even seen it. If it's something you're shipping to them, now I don't ship, I deliver in person. And you may think, well, that how do you do that if someone doesn't live in your area? Well, they're not part of my target market. My target for the photography side is within a 10-mile radius. So therefore I deliver. I deliver and install. But that's a different subject. But by integrating scent marketing, you're crafting an even more immersive experience, adding to the memories that engage clients on a deeper, more emotional level. I hope you enjoyed that part of it. I spent a little bit more time with number 3 of 7, simply because I know that a lot of you have not heard of it or have not implemented it into your business. Number 4, I want you to add wow moments. That free donut that they gave me wasn't just a nice touch. It was a strategic move. It reset the tone for my experience. The tone was already good, but that that whole act, not just the donut itself, but the whole one person asking another, that person going to get me a free donut, that whole experience reset the tone of my experience. If you've watched many of my shows, then you've heard me talk about the power of the wow. What's your equivalent that will help set the tone or reset the tone of their experience with you? It could be a welcome packet, an in-person consultation at their home, an unexpected small gift. I mean, we're talking about wow moments throughout the entire process, but let's isolate just one. What things can you do that make clients feel special before they've even had an opportunity to book with you? Maybe it's and in when thinking about the rest of the process, maybe at the end when you're delivering photographs, maybe it's a surprise upgrade, such as an additional print or a print medium upgrade. So you're upgrading the paper quality or a higher quality frame if you do framing. But something that I recommend that you do both after the session and after the delivery is a handwritten thank you note. Now, I recommend that you create one at digitalprolab.com. They have note cards, and you can do just flat ones or you can do folded ones. I recommend the folded ones, but you create yours, make it completely yours. You have your own artwork on the front, your own message on the inside, or leave it completely blank on the inside. Maybe you have a message or some kind of contact information on the back. But go to the printed items section, the digital print press section of digitalprolab.com, and you can create your own handwritten thank you notes. Maybe you have an annual event for your clients for the year. So maybe you're inviting clients to an annual event showcasing your favorite image from each of your clients for the year. Now, if you're a high volume photographer, it's not even an option. It's really only for the very low volume photographers. But having something special that's just for them, they're gonna show up, they're gonna bring their friends, and their friends are gonna wanna do business with you. It will feel high end because you made it feel that way. A lot of things you can do to create wow moments, and I've got a whole, show on that I did, probably about a year ago, of creating, wow moments, so check that one out. And the next one is number 5, create a seamless system. Notice how their team worked together seamlessly, each person knowing their role. Well, for photographers, this is streamlining your workflow. The booking, the communication, the photography session, the reveal, the delivery, and if you're full service, the installation. You want your clients to feel like they're gliding through an expertly choreographed experience. Besides, it makes it easier for you too. Number 6, joy in serving. Something that I observed with the Krispy Kreme staff is that they weren't just doing their jobs, they were doing it with enthusiasm. I felt it, I liked it. My mood and my sense of being was elevated because of those wonderful people working there at Krispy Kreme. So clients genuinely, clients can tell that when you are genuinely helping them, and that energy is contagious. Every step of your process, well, it needs to convey pride and excitement in your work. When clients see you loving what you do, it elevates them. It elevates their trust in you and their enjoyment of working with you and in the anticipation of receiving great service and a great product. You guys agree with this stuff that you're hearing today? Do you like it? Do you think it's pretty cool? Do you think you can implement it? I've got one more. I want you to elevate the entire experience. From start to finish, at least from my point of view, Krispy Kreme made sure every detail added to my satisfaction. From the smell of the donuts when I entered in, I mentioned it was a wall of a scent, a wall of a I don't want to say odor because it's usually associated with something negative, but it was just a wall that came and hit me, and it was great. It was warm. It was inviting. It felt like, oh, I want to be here. All I wanted to do was relieve the pressure of the reason why I went there to begin with. I didn't go there thinking that I was going to be buying donuts. I went very specifically for the restroom. But from the smell of the donuts as I entered, to just being curious as to that conveyor belt that was right there behind the glass, to the friendly interactions, it was a warm experience for you, for photographers. This means elevating how you make your clients feel. You're adding thoughtful touches, which could be refreshments during the consultations, ensuring that your product packaging wows your clients upon delivery. There's a lot of things you could do, but through thoughtful brainstorming and careful implementation, you're making sure that your clients feel like they're receiving something truly special. Is this something that you can do? Do you feel it's valuable? Hey, let me know in the comments. If you've got some thoughts or ideas that you can include, put them in the comments. We can learn from each other. I'm going to look over at the comments real quick. I can see that quite a few of you have commented, and I appreciate that. I want to do a few shout outs. I won't be able to to shout out for everyone. I apologize. And it only shows me, it doesn't show me all 8 of the places that I'm simulcast to. But I can see Joanne and Robert, and let's see, I see Robin and Rick, and oh man, Julie, Rob. Ooh, man, a bunch of you. Yeah. All right. So quite a few, but and I see that Robert asked a question, so let me bring that up. And he said, are we talking like spraying some cologne inside your box of prints sold to a client?" Yeah. Although cologne is a little bit too strong, generally speaking. It would have to be watered down if you were going to do that particular scent. But I actually recommend that you go with one of the scent companies, the companies that sell this stuff. Let me see if uh, I did write it down, but I don't think I have it handy anymore as far as one suggestion for it. I'm gonna look just in case because I would like to give you no packaging strategies. Oh, here's one, scentair.com, extremeairproducts.com. Yeah. So, in fact, I'll copy that and I'll put one of them here on the screen. Let's see. I'll put it here. So this is one of the sources that I got this information. It's certainly not the only one, but that's the extremeairproducts.com is one of them. So write that down or do a screenshot of that and write it down later, and that's where you can find it. Those are the ones I recommend because that they're the ones who do this kind of thing. Whereas cologne, it probably would be consistent, but you'd have to keep on buying it, and that actually could be quite a bit more expensive than just going with one of these. I guess it depends on what you choose, but this is one of the ones that I'm recommending to you. So, Krispy Kreme's success, I think, is a result of a well-crafted experience that delivers consistency, delight, and genuine connection. By adopting similar principles in your photography business, you can create an experience that your clients will get excited about and even crave, causing them to come back again and again and tell their friends and tell their family, which is what we want. I mean, a lot of us will build a referral marketing system into our business where we have a process that we follow that helps elevate, helps make that method of reaching your clients better, of bringing clients in even better. I have a show that's just on referrals. You'd have to go back and take a look at that, and try to find it. But there's a show just on how to have to build a referral process. Referral is not just about something landing in your lap. Yes, sure, that happens, but you can enhance that and 10x what it's able to do, which I highly recommend. Now, I want to remind you about the handout. I'll put that QR code back up in the top right corner of the screen, and I'll put the URL here in. Let's see, there it is, back on the bottom, just in case you want that handout, because there's a lot of things in there that could benefit your business. And I suppose if your note taking skills are fantastic, then you might not need it. But for the rest of us, it certainly is valuable. That is the URL right there. So I'm going to take that off the screen. Now, if you need help with any of these suggestions or anything related to the photography business that you're trying to create, my private coaching sessions can help you choose and implement the right tools for your business. And so I recommend you getting started with a free, and I'll put that up on the bottom, a free 30-minute session. There's the URL going across the screen right now. And if you want to take advantage of that, then screenshot this as it comes around again. And let's see, maybe I should put that. I thought I had it just as where it's not moving. I do have it where it's not moving. There it is. And so that's the URL that you can go to get on my calendar, and we'll just talk. And I don't charge for this. It's something that I do for free in addition to the Portrait Profit Show. I'm doing this for free as well. Now, if you decide to continue and take private classes with me, obviously that has a cost associated with it. I mean, I'd like paying the bills just as much as you do. I don't like it at all, but it's a necessary thing. And this is how it happens because I teach photographers to how to make a living full time. This is what I do. And I have helped a lot of photographers. Uh, 4,000 of them in person. I don't know how many that I've helped out online, a number larger. I just don't know what that number is. But that's the URL. That's where you go to get that. And so I hope you take advantage of that. I hope you have enjoyed the Donut Epiphany. We are almost done. It's just the closing thoughts left, and then I'll share with you what the upcoming show titles are. By the way, you're going to get a kick out of some of these titles that I have coming up and the lessons that will come with them. But take a moment and put in the comments one takeaway from today's lesson. One takeaway, one thought, something that you might implement into your business. Or if you would prefer, or you could do both, take a moment to share appreciation. It could be as simple as, thanks, Jim. I appreciate this. Because just like you, I appreciate appreciation. I like knowing that this is beneficial. And the only way for me to know, because I'm not a mind reader, is for you to tell me. You can just go to the comment section and let me know. It's pretty easy. Now, here are my closing thoughts. I got into my car, hot coffee in hand, and a small box with 2 donuts in the seat next to me, one for me and one to share with my wife, Robin. As I drove away from Krispy Kreme, I couldn't help but reflect on how something as simple as a donut shop could teach us so much about running a low volume portrait photography business. It wasn't just the free, warm, glazed donut. It was the experience, every little detail of being there. In your photography business, you have the same opportunity to craft an experience that is unforgettable. Every touch point, from the first email response to the moment your clients see their finished portraits. It's a chance to make them feel valued, excited, and genuinely connected to you and your work. So here's my challenge to you. Think about your donut epiphany. What's the thing that sets you apart, delights your clients, and keeps them coming back for more? Is it the thoughtful thank you notes? Is it the way you light up when you see them? Is it a subtle fragrance in your studio and on your packaging? Hopefully, it's a lot of things. But don't take them for granted. Brainstorm them. Make a plan and implement that plan and adjust as needed. Find your version of that irresistible Krispy Kreme magic. And remember, running a business is about the moments you create, the trust that you build, and the joy that you share. So go ahead, roll out your own assembly line of awesomeness. Who knows? Maybe one day someone is going to write about you and the epiphany they experienced. Go make some magic happen. Now, I want to share with you a few things that are coming up. One is an announcement about a gallery showing, and then the titles and descriptions of the upcoming shows for this month. So first is a something that's happening here in the San Antonio area. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I know there's people watching from all over, so this may not be something that you can participate in. But if you will be here in the San Antonio, Texas area on Thursday, January 9th, that's just a few days from now, I invite you to join me at an art exhibit called New Beginnings. One of my students will be there, and we all love supporting creatives. The gallery opens at 5 p.m. and closes at 8 p.m. It's at Connected Co-working, which is at 104 I-10, and it's the zip code 78230. So I'm just now putting that on the screen. So do a screenshot of that so that you can participate in that. But any opportunity you have to support local creatives, whether that's a photographer or any other artist, take advantage of that. You want them to participate if you were doing something like this. So do this for them. What is that? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yeah. So I'll be there. Hope to see you there at Connected Co-working at 10401 I-10 78230 for New Beginnings. Now I want to tell you about the upcoming shows that I have for you. The first is in 1 week from now, and that is our panel. And let me bring up these slides. Nope, that's not the one. That is coming up, but that's not next week. These are so small. Well, it looks like one is missing. It's just not there. That's fine. Oh well. In 1 week from today, this is what you'll be seeing now on the second Monday of each month. You probably are aware if you've watched the show for a while. We move the time to 6:30 in the evening, and that's so that we can accommodate having a panelist or panelists on the show. It's just easier for them to get three panelists to the show at 6:30 in the evening than it is at noon. So we just move the time of the show. So we have a panel discussion coming up in 1 week from today. And then in 2 weeks from today, we have the myth of the magical tool. And for some reason, that showed up a moment ago and now it's gone. So I'm going to see if I can bring that back. Where did that thing go? It's just spinning. Of course it is. Hmm. Well, I just won't show you the pretty graphic because it's not coming up. It showed up just a moment ago. It was the wrong one that showed up just a moment ago. But for whatever reason, it's not showing up now. But on January 20th, put this on your calendar at noon. This is the myth of the magical tool. Now, here's a quote that you've heard people say before. Nice picture. You must have a great camera. Is it the camera or is it the creative behind it? I want you to add this episode to your calendar so that you can hear the truth about talent, tools, and how to respond to that comment with grace and confidence, or perhaps a clever comeback. Some of you may not call that clever. You may have a smart and a three-letter word after that. I'm going to share with you several or a handful of responses to that particular comment. And then on January 27th, we are going to be talking about the hidden truth. Your photography business is about selling images, but that's exactly why you're struggling. In reality, you're in the emotion business, and your marketing message needs this profound shift to truly connect with your ideal clients. If you're not getting clients that you feel are ideal, you're getting clients that just some of them are just difficult to work with. They're draining on your energy. You better watch this show because there is an easy way to get rid of those guys. Join me to discover the hidden psychology that top earning portrait photographers use to build a thriving business, even in saturated markets. Those of you who feel you're in a saturated market, this is going to make it irrelevant. And while it will still be true, it won't matter to you. Not anymore. That is on January 27th, the last one of this month. And the first one of February is battling invisible competitors. And where is that one? It's interesting how some things are showing up just fine and others aren't. Hmm. To bring it up. Give me just a moment to do that. Clients are vanishing into thin air. They're choosing options that some of you never knew existed. I want you to join me, and it looks like this icon's not coming up either. What is going on? Oh, there it is. It popped up. Yay. All right. Clients are vanishing into thin air, choosing options that some of you never even knew existed. So join me as I rip off the mask of your real competition. Spoiler alert. That photographer who you think is getting some of your clients, they're the least of your worries. Bonus. I'll be sharing I call this the photographer's ghost buster checklist because, as you know, sometimes people ghost you. Yeah. This is the photographer's ghost buster checklist. I'm going to share that with you, and that will be on February 3rd at noon. Put it on your calendar. I want to thank you, Lens Legends, for being here today. I love calling you guys Lens Legends. I hope you like being called Lens Legends. I encourage you to like the show. Just click the like button. I encourage you to share the show. And if you haven't already, enter in hashtag live because I want to know who's watching live. The Portrait Profit Show is every single Monday. And I want you to tune into every single one of these live streams. They're valuable to you. They are uplifting to you. They will make your week go a little bit smoother. You'll wind up with some reinforcement of what you know and some epiphanies. I want you to join me 1 week from today at 6:30. Remember, the second Monday of each month is at 6:30, so make sure to put it on your calendar at the right time. Your potential, Lens Legends, is limitless. You've got this. I hope today's lesson has given you new ideas and strategies to strengthen your business and your life. For Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab, my name is Jim Landers, and I'm bringing you the weekly Portrait Profit Show. So until I see you next week, Lens Legends, I want you to keep thriving, keep growing, and keep making your long-lasting mark in the world. Oh, I look forward to watching you grow. Bye for now.